Hey, you want to see a magic trick? I'm gonna make my credit score go down. Can I just get a small coffee?
$2.
Let's do it. Are you good with money? Do you have a high credit score? Well, it turns out those two things have nothing to do with each other because credit scores aren't a real measurement of financial responsibility, and they only exist to make rich people richer and poor people poorer. According to banks, a credit score is a way to determine how risky it is to lend you money. But ironically, a person with no debt who pays for everything in cash and has the least risk would have a credit score of 0. And that's because the only way to raise your credit score is by taking on debt and then paying it back, which is suspicious considering that it costs you money to borrow money, and that money goes to the very same people who are requiring you to go into debt to be able to borrow money in the first place. The fact is that capitalism revolves around being in debt, and the only people who are not in debt are the ones lending you money and profiting from it. Banks. How about this? The richer you are, the more money you can borrow at a lower interest rate, which you can then invest to make even more money. But if you're poor and have bad credit, it's extremely expensive for you to borrow a very small amount of money, which you're not investing but using to pay for basic necessities. And credit scores don't just affect how much money you can borrow, but where you're allowed to live, and what kind of car you're allowed to drive, and what kind of job you're allowed to have, and whether or not you're even allowed to have utilities like water. Because capitalism only works if people with a lot of money can make their money by taking it from people without a lot of money and keeping them that way.